So, a severe cyclonic storm expected to hit Andhra Pradesh tomorrow. And we are now joined by Special Chief Secretary for Andhra Pradesh, who has now been designated as the zonal officer for all the coastal districts, Mr. Ajay Jain. Thank you so much for joining us. What is the progress of the system itself, and when are you expecting landfall to happen?
Yeah, Umaji, see, as of now, the latest update is that cyclone is situated. This cyclone Montha is situated around 500 kilometers southeast of Vishakhapatnam, and it is traveling at a rate of almost 17 kilometers per hour. So at this rate, we expect it to cross the coastline between 28 to 30 hours if it maintains the same speed. So we are expecting that by tomorrow late night or day after tomorrow early morning, it is expected to cross the coast between Machilipatnam to Vishakhapatnam in and around Kakinada. That is the latest update. And the wind speed is expected to be from 90 to 100 kilometers, reaching up to 110 kilometers per hour. So that is the latest what we have on the cyclone Montha.
So Andhra Pradesh has, of course, a lot of experience in handling these kind of cyclone situations. There was Cyclone Hudhud when Mr. Chandrababu Naidu himself was the chief minister. What are the specific measures that you are putting in place? At that time, I remember Vishakhapatnam took the big hit during Cyclone Hudhud more than 10 years ago. And this time around, what are you doing to minimize the losses, and what are your targets? I know that zero life loss is your is the target that the chief minister has set.
Yeah. See, Honorable Chief Minister has been reviewing every 3 hours. He has been holding teleconference and video conference with all the staffs. We have a real-time governance center in Amravati. From there, the Honorable Chief Minister and all the ministers and the concerned officers are reviewing the situation. A senior state level officer has been nominated for each of the 17 districts, and 2 senior officers have been nominated as the zonal officers. So we are getting regular update on the movement of the cyclone. All the areas which are likely to be affected, they are being made known. And we have a system of this village and ward secretariat in which up to the village, there is a secretariat in which we are passing on the information. And then the minor tanks which are likely to be breached, then all the power and telecom infrastructure which are likely to be affected, the roads which are likely to be affected. So on a real-time basis, we are able to get the information. And now we are passing on these messages to the public. So people are being made aware that which are the villages which are likely to be evacuated. The places, the cyclone shelters, the relief centers have already been identified. And from tomorrow morning onwards, depending on the situation, we would be shifting the people to these safer places. So the entire administration is on high alert, and we are getting timely information from the RTG. And the target given by Honorable Chief Minister or his clear message is that there should be zero casualties. That means there should not be any human loss. So we have identified all the villages, all the vulnerable points, all the tanks which are likely to breach, all the streams, local streams which may overflow, all the buildings which can collapse. So on a real-time basis, the collectors are also monitoring the situation. Of course, there could be some loss to the telecom infrastructure, power infrastructure, depending on the wind speeds. There could be some agriculture loss as well. But the message is loud and clear that there should not be any human loss, and minimal capital loss which should occur.
So what about the water bodies? Very often it's the breaching of those water bodies that leads to flooding, flash floods in specific areas. What is the situation on the ground as of now? Because it's been raining in many of those areas, isn't it?
Yeah. Actually, since morning it has started raining heavily. In Vishakhapatnam also, so far we had about 60 mm of rainfall in Vishakhapatnam district. So all these minor irrigation tanks, the Panchayat Raj tanks, which are likely to overflow, they have been identified. And the irrigation department is keeping a track on the inflows and the outflows. And then accordingly, the discharge is being increased. And also the sandbags and the necessary men and material have been positioned near the tanks, which are likely to breach. So all precautionary measures are being taken.
So you spoke about the use of technology, real-time governance. What does that mean? Actually, you will have CCTVs monitoring in real time what is happening. What really is real-time monitoring mean?
Yeah, that is what the RTG center in Amravati does. See, we have got so many CCTV cameras, mostly in all the places which are there. So these feeds, the live feeds are going to the center, as well as the weather monitoring stations, the rainfall monitoring stations, and also the data from IMG that is available. Then there are drones which are available, which are taking the picture on a real-time basis. So all these are being integrated, And with the use of the artificial intelligence, the predictive models are being generated based on the rainfall, which areas are likely to be submerged, which roads are likely to be damaged, which irrigation tanks are likely to be breached. So this is the use of artificial intelligence plus technology. So with this, the real-time information which is being generated, and the best part, it is being passed on up to the field level. So it is not only limited to the state level, up to the district level, up to the mandal, and up to the village level. And then now the task is to pass on the messages to the people also. We also have a WhatsApp governance wherein people can put any messages, and timely alerts in the form of SMS and through WhatsApp are being given to the citizens as well about the likely areas in which heavy rainfall is expected or where we are expecting heavy winds. So those real-time alerts are being passed on to the public as well.
So schools, colleges, hostels have been emptied out. All of them have been sent back home. Have you already stationed these disaster response forces in strategic locations?
Yes, the schools, as you rightly said, have been closed for 3 days from today onwards. So today till 29th, all the schools and colleges holidays have been given. And yes, we have already positioned the SDRF and NDRF teams have been positioned in all the vulnerable points where we expect their usage. And then based on the further situation, further teams would also come. Also, the Navy has been contacted. They have kept ready helicopters and the aircrafts and also the coastal vessels. So in case, so entire administration, right from the central government, we are getting full support. The state government, the army, the Navy, the Air Force, and the STRF, NDRF, all are in high alert. So I would say the state is fully geared up to meet any kind of eventuality.
The Prime Minister also, of course, spoke to the Chief Minister today, and Mr. Lokesh is going to be directly coordinating with the PMO. But I just want you to give us a comparison, because when Hudhud happened, the state was shaken at that time with the kind of wind speeds that we saw at that time. Give us a comparison. Hopefully, this one will be a milder one.
No, definitely. See, one is technology has evolved over the years. Hudhud occurred about 11 years ago in 2014. Now there are better predictive models are available. Real-time governance is there. We have a real-time RTG center. So at that time, the exact information was not available. As you rightly said, Hudhud, we had wind speed of 220 kilometers per hour. And this time the forecast is maximum would reach 110 kilometers per hour. So definitely we do hope, and we know also it would not be that destructive as Hudhud. But then, and our preparedness is also much better because now technology is there. We have got the information 4 days in advance. We are monitoring. We know the exact point where the cyclone would hit, and accordingly preparations are being made. So I can only assure that the state government is now fully geared up, and definitely the damages would be much less than what we saw in Hudhud.
And the advisory directly to the people is to not be moving out at all during that time. Even when the system passes, there's a period of calm that happens when
Yes.
the eye of the storm is moving. So what is the advisory that you're issuing to people? Because even at 110 kilometers
Yes.
per hour, things can be quite destructive.
Yeah, you are right. See, basically, Honorable CM himself has given appeal to the people, and we are also passing on messages through the media with the use of the social media and also through traditional methods like use of loudspeakers and other vehicles, that people should not, unless it is an emergency, please do stay at home. And then, so the period, particularly from tomorrow afternoon till day after tomorrow afternoon, those 24 hours are very crucial. So unless it is emergency, please do stay at home. And whichever vulnerable buildings are there or which buildings are not in good shape, there we are already shifting the people. So we are advising the people, please move out when government officials say you to move out. So that way all alerts are being given. So I'm sure that people would also be cooperating with the administration. I'm sure we should be able to come out. And see, Montha, the name itself is a beautiful flower. So it's a fragrant flower. So we hope that it should not cause destruction. A beautiful thing will not cause destruction. That is what we believe.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Ajay Jain. I know it's a long ask. You're going to be next 36 to 48 hours. The administration is on standby and actually an alert and monitoring everything that's happening in real time. Thank you so much. And we hope this passes without too much of destruction or loss of life. Thank you.
And definitely with all your good wishes. Thank you. Thanks.